1848, a dramatic and daring escape took place on one that would become known as the Pearl Incident. This was a bold attempt by enslaved people to gain their freedom, and although it ended in failure, it sparked an important moment in American history. Let's take a closer look at this powerful event. In the 1800s, slavery was still legal in many parts of the United States, especially in the southern states. Enslaved people had no freedom, they worked for their masters, and were often treated harshly. For many, the dream of escaping to the North, where slavery was illegal, was the only hope of freedom. The Pearl, a ship that was docked in Washington, D.C., became the center of a plan to escape for 77 enslaved people. These individuals had spent months secretly preparing for this moment. They were determined to escape their life of slavery and make their way to the northern states where they could be free. At the center of this plan was Daniel Drayton, a man who helped others escape before. He was chosen to be the captain of the Pearl, along with Edward Sayres, another man who helped organize the escape. Drayton believed that he could succeed in helping these 77 people reach freedom. But there was a serious problem. The plan was risky, and they had to keep it a secret. If anyone found out, the consequences would be severe. Despite these dangers, the group felt they had no other choice. They had to try. On April 15, 1848, the Pearl set sail. Everything seemed to be going well at first. The ship began its journey down the Potomac River, and the group of enslaved people who were on board felt a sense of hope for the first time in their lives. But things quickly began to fall apart. The authorities were suspicious, and soon the word spread that something wasn't right. Before long, the Pearl was spotted, and authorities rushed to stop the ship. The escape attempt had been discovered. The authorities boarded the ship and arrested everyone on board. The enslaved people were sent back to their masters, and the leaders of the plan, Drayton and Sayres, were also arrested. While the escape ended in failure, the Pearl Incident had a lasting impact. It sparked outrage, especially in the northern states, where many people began to question the cruelty of slavery even more. This event showed just how desperate enslaved people were to find freedom, and how far they were willing to go to escape the terrible conditions they lived under. The failure of the Pearl did not stop others from trying to escape. In fact, it inspired more people to take action. Abolitionists, people who wanted to end slavery, were encouraged by bravery shown by the people on the Pearl. They used the incident to rally support and push harder for the abolition of slavery. Pearl Incident is a reminder of the struggles that many people faced during the era of slavery. It's a story of courage, hope, and the fight for freedom. Though the escape was unsuccessful, it helped push the United States closer to civil war, which would ultimately end slavery in the country. The people who were involved in the Pearl Incident may not have reached the freedom they dreamed of, but their story lives on as a powerful symbol of the desire for liberty and justice. Also, the Pearl Incident of 1848 was the biggest non-violent slave escape in America today. The end.